Hello everyone, welcome back to Yakuza Man Zero. I'm Drunken Dan. Oh, I guess I'm by myself today. So I'm Drunken
I
Dan.
just wanted to see how long it would take. Who would break first?
Me.
Dan did.
It'll always be me if it's my video. If it was like something on one of your guys' own thing, I'll sit there and be like, nope, not gonna be me. It's not my channel. I don't care.
I do that. I post a YouTube, classic YouTube walkthrough or let's play that only has no commentary.
That's fair. It's probably better for the world, honestly.
Would be nice, but a lot of things would be nice in this world.
Oh yeah, speaking of unnice, I forgot I'm stuck on the real estate shit, so I gotta have to do that still.
Welcome,
God, fucking.
welcome to the housing market, Dan. It only gets worse from here.
I mean, this game takes place in the 80s, so yeah, it only gets worse from here. We're in the middle of the bubble.
Before Japan became older and cynical,
yeah.
depressed. Oh, I know they're always
Yeah.
depressed. My bad.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, not wrong. But it does remind me, in 80s anime, in 80s and like some 90s anime, characters were a lot more expressive. Where now it's like, hey, let's not express our characters, especially the females. Let's make them have doll faces or the same face.
Cause
Damn you, Nadesco, and your bored-sounding women that became a thing.
oh yeah, so Nadesco,
Rory.
yeah, Nadesco, which is a really fun show.
But that was like the joke of her. That was
I
like
know
the
that was
gag.
the joke, but all I thought about that is, wow, people really, really like bored-sounding girls. We need to have that in every anime now.
The problem was less so much like Ruri in Nadesco's context. The problem was when they then tried to make it so she was the protagonist of Nadesco.
Oh.
Oh, was that the movie?
That was
Yes.
the movie, the
I didn't
first
watch
part
that.
of the epic trilogy that was never finished.
I don't own the movie, so
Yeah,
the only
you better-
the only anime movie where I said the dub is definitely better because the dub at least tried to make her sound more expressive and like her age, whereas like the Japanese version had the same baka baka bored voice.
Baka desu.
yeah, it's best if you don't watch the movie because then it just undoes all that happy ending.
It just
Everyone's
disappoints
fucking
you.
miserable.
Somebody told me to not watch it, and I don't remember who it was. And I was like, all right. So I just decided to never watch it.
Yeah, you're better off. Everyone lived happily ever after, sort of. Apart from the whole thing about war being about pointless war, but that's just mech stuff in general.
I mean, yeah, what do you expect? It's a mecha series. That's
Speaking-
just par for the course.
Speaking of mecha series, though, turns out Pacific Rim is actually getting an anime now. Netflix commissioned one, and well, hopefully it'll be better than Uprising was.
I mean, that's not hard. What should we do with one of our major characters? Have her blow up in a helicopter.
Yeah. I mean, I could have accepted that if not for the fact that one of the other protagonists is genius 12-year-old who can, better than all the other characters.
You notice how more of the characters are white in the sequel than in the original? Did you notice that? Because I did.
That's okay. We got John Boyega though.
I'm sorry, but that I don't want to be that guy.
You're
but
being that
was,
guy.
But it's true though.
I'm sorry,
Because
my
that was
eyes
part of
glazed
the
over.
fun.
What are we
Was like
talking about?
Pacific
I'm making
Rim
fun of the
Uprising.
fact that Pacific Rim. I'm making fun of Pacific Rim Uprising, and I was making fun of the fact that more of the cast is white in that one than in the original.
Yeah, but not the main character. Good old.
Yeah, he's the only one. Yeah, he's the token.
No,
They
there's
turned
the-
him into.
No, there's the evil Chinese lady who shock horror is not evil because they're going to market this to China.
Ugh.
I mean, what?
Huh?
Stupid China. Why you like movies so much?
They don't.
Well, I know why, but still, I mean, they do because it's one of the few things that's not heavily censored that they're not going to get
Yes.
held for doing. Yes.
Give them time. I'm sure
In fact,
that
it's-
You know,
Yeah, give China a
it's like most places don't really go to theater much anymore because you can just watch it at home or watch it on Netflix or watch it online. Whereas with China, there's not a lot they can do at home or online because their internet is so heavily censored. So they're like, well, let's go to the movies and watch it.
Man, yeah. Accurate.
More or less.
There you go.
All in all, don't live in China.
Don't live in China. Yeah, my friend stayed there for like a year, and like he dropped out of all communication because there was no way to get in contact with someone in China unless they're like, you know, influential.
Yeah.
And he did not like it very much there. Yeah.
Once you're here for life.
No, he left after a year, but still.
No,
Here for life.
They won't keep you there. They just might, you know, indoctrinate you. I'm sorry, what? Scientology is not a cult. Why would you even say that?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I just slipped out.
Where did that come from?
Me and a friend were were watching something, and then the topic of cults came up, and I made a crack about Scientology, and he got a bit concerned because they're heavily litigious, and it's like, yeah, just like all cults, really, overly defensive about their cultish nature. I just want this on record. Scientology is a money-making scam disguised as a cult, disguised as a religion. Anyway, PSA over.
I mean, you're not telling us anything we didn't already know.
No, I know, but sometimes it's best to reiterate the truth. It's like how cults work, really. They just kind of bombard you
Unless Dan was
with
like a
information.
super fan of Scientology, and I'm not aware of this.
No.
Maybe
I
he
didn't think
is.
so.
Hell no. No, hell no.
Do you
I didn't
preach
think
to
so.
Lord Xenu, or Zeno, whatever it is called?
I don't know.
Xenon
No.
is the 21st century.
Is Scientology just like the reverse version of Warhammer 40k?
Kind of, yeah.
Where they just fucking hate all filthy Xenos and will happily go on murder sprees?
But do they call people heretics though? That's
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't fucking know. I live in fucking New Jersey. I don't even know if there is a Scientology church in this damn state. Nor do I really care to
I don't
know.
think there is.
I mean,
Good.
Not that I've looked for one, but I
I think there probably is because the Church of Scientology is a bank. Because it's where they store all the cash they scam out of people for.
That's true.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Well, maybe they store them in Switzerland. I don't know.
Speaking of scamming, let me open up this briefcase full of money and buy this.
It's not a scam. It's just aggressive negotiations.
Speaking of religion, so about my
Always-
acid story.
Always a good start. To a
Yeah.
conversation.
While we're at it,
That's-
politics.
That's never caused wars or anything.
Hey, while we're at it, also politics.
Just because this is just my work hardship from the other day. But it started off with me having difficulty finding parking because there was a random funeral because the factory has a graveyard next to it. So
That's not ominous.
So I had to park a couple blocks away in a residential area and walk over there. And I'm going there to pick up water samples. I get there, they're like, "Yeah, we got a problem. The bottle's broke." And I was like, "What?" And he says, "Yeah, it was too cold in the refrigerator, so it cracked the bottles. And when we tried to take them out anyway, they broke." So I was okay. I figured that's what would happen if you tried to pick out a blatantly cracked and frozen bottle. So this is, so what should we do? And I said, well, I obviously can't take a puddle of water on the floor and glass shards to the lab, so I had to call the boss, and we worked it out, and they took new samples. But as I was leaving, I was thinking, if I had gotten there and I was one to take them out, I would have had 2 hands full of glass and like factory water with acid in it getting into the cuts in my blood. That would have been very bad.
You're like that guy who gets shot in the ass and says, "Yeah, if the bullet had been like 3 feet up, and 2 inches to the left, it would have shot me in the heart." It's like circumstances were a bit unlikely that you were going to get acid blood.
I mean, if I had a jar full of acid mixed water that shattered in my hand when I picked it up, it could have been bad.
But did you?
No, they broke it first, and they actually wore gloves because I wasn't planning on needing gloves. I was just going to take it out of the fridge and put it into my cooler and leave.
Into the freezer.
just taking acid with you.
I mean, as you do.
Well, it's only a drop, but still.
Oh, so it's only a chance of a drop of acid getting in your blood.
Well,
the story gets less intense the more you tell it.
It really does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, I know, but I mean, compare this to the other day when I walked in. I said, "Give me bottles."
In fact, it was only a molecule.
They said okay, and they gave me the bottle, and I left. This was a bit more, intense.
I like the preface to this before recording was, I had a disaster at work, and it's like, what would a disaster equate to you? Be like, the place is burning buildings, women and children screaming, cats and dogs living together.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, I know your disasters at work might be a little more intense, but you don't drive around picking up bottles, and that's your work for the most part.
True.
So, I mean, by this case, a broken bottle is basically like one of the few problems. I mean, I suppose I could have driven up and the factory would be on fire, but then that wouldn't really be my problem. I'd just
just leave.
Leave. Yeah, I'm like, well,
Okay, finally, I'm done with this fucking stupid real estate bullshit. Now I can get on with the actual game.
Speaking of games, how about that Final Fantasy 15 DLC?
Oh boy.
Dead.
So
fucking dead.
So of the 4 DLCs that were supposed to come out, one of which was an alternate ending, 2 of which were supposed to focus on the 2 female characters, and 1 of which focuses on the villain. 3 of them were canceled. The director has left Square Enix forever, and they took a $33 million loss.
Ouch.
Yes.
So what caused all this nonsense to happen?
I'm not actually sure. Like, apparently, either they fired the director or he was finally fed up with people hating on him. But either way, he quit. And they decided.
Or maybe Toriyama was trying to convince him to put lightning in the game.
No, that's.
Hello.
That's no
Hello.
Toriyama is the Dragon.
Yeah,
Ball.
no, it's No, there's also the Toriyama's the guy who did the fucking lightning stuff. He's the guy who's obsessed with lightning. There's 2 Toriyamas.
I thought that was the Kingdom Hearts guy.
Nomura.
No, that's Nomura.
Nomura was the director of 15, wasn't he?
He was, and then the other guy was, and then he was taken off, and then this guy was put.
He was taken off, and the other guy was, and Tabata was put on because he wasn't getting anything done, and it was holding up FF15 and Kingdom Hearts 3, and finally Square Enix is like, look, we have to get something out within the next decade.
We lost a lot of money on this lightning bullcrap, Toriyama.
I actually think they did, to be honest.
I think they made it back only because they made 2 more games using the same reused assets. But still, it wasn't the big hit that they were hoping it would be. Then again, neither was Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, but it's probably also
No,
because
they didn't really make the returns because each one of the sequels also had diminishing returns, especially the 3rd one.
Yeah, but they also cost less to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to think, if you think of the loss of the original one, and then you factor in the cost of the other 2, and then the profits.
Yeah, then you also factor in the merchandising.
That's true.
That's true.
It's like,
but also you get but then again, they also manufacture the merchandise themselves.
Yeah.
So that's also still in-house. So
But
that's not like they're not like making money off the license. Like say when Capcom gives the license to Bandai to make the figures of Street Fighter.
What I'm saying is that even in-house, they probably still made money off of the 13 brand.
Not as much as they would like.
I mean, no company makes as much as it would like, though, Dan.
I don't. That's not what I'm. You know what I mean, smartass. You just don't want to say it didn't do well.
The whole basis of capitalism, right there.
I don't know.
We never have enough.
I mean, there's Rooster Teeth, which is surprised at how much money they've made.
Now then, but
how popular they are.
But is it enough?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't know. Ask them.
I mean, I would, but I doubt they'd answer.
I mean, it's like how even though Justice League made some money for Warner Brothers, it wasn't it didn't break box office records and give them a guaranteed franchise for the next 20 years. So it's a failure.
Well, that also had significant backlash, verbal backlash as well from people who did see it and had it was basically critically panned. At the very least, 13 has its followers and its fan base.
And it also had Justice League also had the problem of a lot of development hell issues, which actually 13 had development hell issues. Because every Final Fantasy game has development hell issues.
Every Final Fantasy game since 10 has had development hell issues. I mean, Say what you will about the earlier Final Fantasies, they got them out in the. I know it was because it was easier to make games back then, but still, they didn't have something where it's like, well, we revealed this character, we don't really want to use her anymore, but we already got the fans hyped on her being the main character, so I guess she has to be the main character now, even though we don't really want to use her, and that was basically.
As Toriyama sits there masturbating furiously.
That was basically the beginning of Final Fantasy XIII's problems, is that they didn't really want it to be about lightning, but they already made that one demo that featured lightning, and people liked her, so they're like, well, I guess we're stuck with her.
I mean, to go back to the 8-bit games, that also helped that they could just...
But they also didn't try, but also they didn't try to, like, change the story around that idea, because you can tell Vanille is still supposed to be the main character, but, like, they didn't adjust the story to fit around lightning, so it just kind of meanders along. There's, like, a huge... You can tell, like, the intro has probably changed. Well, the intro has probably changed, which is why you don't really understand what's going on unless you crack open the pause screen, go to the lore page, and sit there for, like, 30 minutes reading all the goddamn lore to figure out everybody's fucking, like, what they're all trying to do, like, what their main objective is. Otherwise, you just sit there listening to them go, we're looking for the focus, as I sit there chortling to myself going, yeah, so's the writers.
I don't know, I never got more than, like, I think, a couple hours into 13. I was just like, nope, I'm done. This is like pulling teeth.
I gave it a shot. I don't remember how many hours I put in, but I gave it a shot.
But I'm like, if you play until like 25 hours in, it finally gets good. Like right when the game is about to be over, and I was like, that's not really.
I mean,
25 hours is longer than that.
I mean, that's the average length of a Persona like prologue, isn't it?
Persona prologues are about 2-3 hours.
All right, let's be serious. It's like 3 hours.
But that's also. And that's like of like a 100+ hour fucking game too.
Still like 3 hours though.
5 did a significant...
I mean, if we're gonna talk about 3 hours, bitch, let's talk about Kingdom Hearts 2.
We can.
Well, I'm gonna say...
And that fucking nightmare of a
Kingdom
fucking intro.
You know, for Persona, at least Persona 5 and Kingdom Hearts 2, like the prologue might have been long, but like, you know, at least you were moving around and doing. It's not like Persona 4 where it's like cutscene. Back to Dojima's house.
Yeah.
You can only explore 1 square room. Save. More cutscene. Back to Dojima's house where you can only explore 1 square room. Cutscene. And like this goes on for 3 hours with like the occasional tutorial fight where finally it's like, oh yeah, this is a game. You can move around now. I mean, at least Persona 5, like you get to run around the school, you get to run around the streets, you get to run around the first dungeon a little bit.
It still takes full fucking ever before you can actually like branch out into the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I know it takes 3 hours before you can start hanging out with people and doing social.
I was actually thinking about this earlier, and I kind of fell back on thinking on Final Fantasy VII, and like the first like minute of that is fight. It's like you do everyone jumps off the train, fight. You actually get into the game immediately. It's like, man.
Listen, let's be real. The RPG with the best intro was Breath of Fire 3.
Yeah,
a lot of Final Fantasy games are usually like the earlier ones where like you can start fighting immediately.
But I'm also
again, Final Fantasy VII takes like 6 hours to let you get to the world map.
Also with Persona, the intro it also works too because it does a lot for setting up and establishing the world.
Yeah, but the trade-off is that if you ever want to replay it, it is a fucking chore to get through.
I get that, but like say like in Kingdom Hearts 2, it's like, all right, now here's a recap of the last games. It's even better if you just replay to 1, and it's just like...
Yeah, but the primary difference between, like, say if I replay Kingdom Hearts 2 versus if I replay Persona 4 is, say if I was right, is that you are still running around. Like, there's still inputs you can actually do that's not just press the X button.
Yeah, but a lot of it is also stuff like, all right, now do this job you don't feel like doing. Run around, try to figure out where this cutscene trigger is.
I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying it's slightly better than
I get that, but I just really, because it's also more of an action game, it's more annoying to me.
Well, I disagree by virtue of at least it's not. It's.
I mean, that is true.
It's kind of like how in this game. It's kind of like how in this game, with me replaying it now. Is they really drag the cutscenes like way too long in 0 versus like a Kiwami 1 or 2, to where like I just did the karaoke after like this long cutscene and now I just put my hands down on the controller again. But it's also like it's a story-driven game, but it's also an action game. This game doesn't really find as good of a balance as the other two games.
I mean, I suppose if you don't really care about the story, you can just like just clicking X without.
Yeah, to be
being
fair,
muted
yeah,
while
in this
you're
you
not
can.
paying attention.
Yeah, to be fair, in this you can skip it. Where, like, say in Kingdom Hearts, what's a skip? What's the skip button?
Oh,
the
you want to skip the
Persona
tutorial?
Golden is that you can just fast forward through scenes, which means you can get through the prologue in like 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Do you know what the big problem with that is though?
It's on Vita,
It's on Vita, and like
Yeah.
and
and
the
only I have a Vita.
exactly.
Yeah. And, like, honestly, I'm like, I don't know why they haven't re-released it, like, on the PS4 store or something. Like, why? I don't get why they haven't done it.
Might be under contract not to.
I think they're just waiting for a potential re-release window.
They're just waiting for when they can also slap.
First we have to get out Q2, and then then we have to get out Persona 5 Red. Then
That's
maybe,
true.
and
maybe
then
we'll get to it.
and then we've got the Nintendo 64 Classic to come out out.
I bet you it'll be called RWBY, honestly. I'm betting on RWBY.
Yeah.
For what?
For the Persona 5 Special Edition Super Advanced Turbo.
I thought you meant like Ruby the Rooster Teeth show. I was gonna say why would that,
No.
why would that have anything to do? I'm gonna say why would that have anything to do with Persona? But they did appear in a game together recently, so that's true.
Yeah, Persona. It'll be Persona 5 Ruby, spelled Ruby, and now the Ruby characters are just in the game.
Please don't give them ideas.
Optional boss, the optional boss, Team Ruby.
Please.
It's
no.
okay, only like 12 people will watch this video, so unless one of them happens to be someone from Atlas, you don't have to worry.
I mean, I trust Atlas to just go and troll through hunt like dozens of YouTube videos rather than doing actual fucking work, like localizing games. You cunts. Yeah, okay.
Listen, that's on the European branch. You got to talk
It
to
isn't.
them about that.
There is no European banj. That's why they can't localize it. They're like, we don't have a company in Europe.
Useless
Well, rest in
shit.
peace.
You don't
Well,
deal
rest
with those
in peace.
people.
So annoying. Man, it's so lame when there's not like mass killings or stuff to talk about and joke about, and it really cuts down.
Well, they
on
did put out a new Well, I mean, they did bring out a Broly trailer.
Oh yeah, it was okay looking.
Yeah, it looks alright.
The only thing I found weird in the Broly trailer was they were like, I don't think he's such a bad guy.
I mean,
Like,
Yeah, there's that.
As he
And-
screamed,
and-
so I guess they're going to try and make Broly a good guy, which is not
I'm not
exactly what I
surprised.
expected from the first movie where he blows up a planet for the sake of.
I'm not
being-
surprised
entire
because that's
South
literally what
Galaxy.
they've. I'm not surprised because that's literally what Super's been doing, like over and
That's
over
what
again. in
Dragon
Nostradamus
Ball's
too.
been doing.
No, because Cell, like in fucking Frieza, were just evil. Though now it looks like Frieza is probably gonna become a hero. Like, just watch, he's gonna be like an anti-hero.
Did
Have
he?
his
I
own.
mean,
Have his
how
own.
did that
He-
even
he's
turn
gonna.
out? I mean, I know
he's
they
gonna have
got
his-
him to
his-
cooperate briefly, but I mean,
He's gonna have his own Earth wife, Yamcha, and that's how everything's gonna go down. He's gonna have like a little apron on.
I mean, once
Oh,
again,
God.
you say Super is predominantly doing this. I'd say the franchise as a whole has been consistently done this since the start. Yamcha was originally a villain. Piccolo was originally a villain.
No, what I mean
Pilaf
is like
was a villain.
no, Pilaf never became a. Actually, no, now he is now in Super. But I just mean they're kind of going back to that, where they kind of just started going back to recruiting the people they fight.
Yeah, I mean, like they did with Android 18 and Majin Buu. And
Haha, you say that about 18, all she did was fight in that one tournament and then got turned into chocolate.
I mean, they still recruited her.
I mean,
They
yeah.
didn't really recruit her. It's more like Krillin fucked her.
I mean, I don't know how you. I mean, Dan, that's how Hollywood's recruited actresses for decades.
And now I'm just thinking of the fucking Abridged series scene at the end with Krillin and 18. Drop him.
The casting couch is a hell of a thing.
They killed the Krillin-owned count.
Ah, well, I'm sure it'll come back.
No, they literally blew it up.
I know. I'm sure he will get. I'm sure the Krillin's myriad of failures will come back.
I think the only thing he does in Boo is get turned into stone.
And then also chocolate.
And then killed, yeah.
He dies twice.
I mean, that's just Krillin for you.
I think
Yeah.
he's died 3 times.
4 if we
Krillin, I
count.
think, has the.
Resurrect-
I think
Four if you
Krillin.
count GT.
And then, no, five if we count Super in GT. He has the current record of death.
But when did he die in Super?
When Frieza blows up the whole planet.
No, I thought he lived.
No, he's not there. Is he? I guess maybe he is actually there.
Yeah, no,
He did.
well,
Well, what
no, his family died.
I mean, either way, he holds the record.
I mean,
Outside of Beerus and Whis, everybody's got at least one death.
Technically, future Beerus is dead,
That's true.
but so is everyone in the future. Fuck! I guess that means future Whis is also dead.
No, he's just asleep. Remember, they just
No,
sleep
but
when they're.
future Zeno like eradicated all of space and time.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Not so-
Only the one. Wait, actually, yeah. But then there's also still the other future where they fixed it. Fucking time travel.
Yeah, you say this as if Dragon Ball doesn't somehow have its time travel on point, though. I've said before, and I'll say again, it's depressing that Dragon Ball can do time travel more consistently and well than shows like The Flash.
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just saying time travel is one of those things that fucks with my head.
Oh, the Flash in your time travel.
Well, it's dead now.
All right, well we killed another Black Canary. Well, fuck you. We're gonna bring another Black Canary.
It's okay, they killed this franchise.
What franchise?
The Flash CW. Oh no, probably. I can only hope.
No.
CW
Apparently
is
it's
a
doing-
carcass as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, apparently not. Apparently it's doing well again. Supposedly.
Life is not fair.
This is correct, sir.
Why do bad people keep getting away with it?
But hey, they still have Black Lightning,
Yeah.
which I
Black-
didn't watch, but apparently it's not bad.
I think I saw a bit of it. It was meh. It looked very much like it was falling into the exact same trap every superhero show that's not called Daredevil falls into.
Which is
Being bad.
um,
Or more specifically,
First, let's make it edgy.
it's like,
Second, let's make it edgy. Third, let's add a self-insert wife or husband.
but it's the problem of just you can already see the writing on the wall, and this show's just going to devolve into drama that comes about because of poor communication. And it's not as if like people learn their lesson and learn not to keep secrets or to share things or blah blah blah. No, then make all this big song and dance of I can't believe you didn't tell the truth, and then like a week later, oh look, they don't tell the truth, and it leads into this big stupid bullshit again. It's just it just gets irritating that we just keep doing the same things again and again and again, and we keep getting away with it. It's like, yeah, we did the exact same plot 3 seasons in a row, and we got away with it.
Well, time to bring back Mirakuru.
Fucking Flash. Ugh. Anyway. I finished Red Dead Redemption 2.
How was it?
It's okay. It's a kind of thing where you could see like where every single beat of the story was going, because
Oh, I mean, I expect the story to be predictable. I just meant like the gameplay.
I mean, gameplay it's fine. It's like it's basically everything you'd expect. It's Red Dead Redemption but with graphics though. And,
Did they make the horses not control like total ass?
I mean, I could control them decently enough, so
So that's a no. They didn't fix the horses. Okay.
seemed fine to me.
The horses were always annoying to control. Well, they were annoying to control in the original.
They just also removed a few other they added some more mechanics, but they just feel like fluff mechanics. So that they can say, look, we've improved on our game design since 2010, whatever it was it came out.
You mean like the thing where you can like skin the animals and shit?
I mean, you could always skin animals and like.
I didn't play much of Red Dead 1. I got annoyed at the horse controls and turned it off.
So there's all the elements that were in Red Dead 1 are back. It's just, it's too safe. If that makes sense. There's no like big kind of oh shit that's great moment. It's just all very much.
It's a Rockstar game.
Yeah, at least GTA 5 has like a whole bunch of other like cool fun shit going for it.
Does it really though?
Yeah, at least it had like variety. It's like,
Did it really though?
yeah, I mean you've got planes, trains, and automobiles.
Oh wait, you mean the online modes?
No, I mean GTA.
I mean, when I played online, mostly I just kind of dicked around.
Yeah, I know. I
and
was
then
there.
Eventually, I know. I mean, even like when I was playing it on computer, I just kind of dicked around. I did a couple of the heists when they came out, and that was pretty much it.
It's fun.
Most of what I would do when I played online was just like, all right, I'm gonna follow this guy in my purple hearse and play a wah-wah horn and follow them around, see how long it takes me to die.
There's fun to be had for sure, but it's like playing it. It just felt, like it just felt so familiar, but not in a good way. Like, they recreated most of the map from the first game in Red Dead 2 as well. It's like, that's neat, but rather just play Red Dead 1, to be honest. I mean, it also doesn't help that it's a prequel, right? And you're playing as a character who was never seen nor mentioned in the entirety of Red Dead 1's plot.
Oh, it's a prequel?
Yeah, so which means that anything you do doesn't really have any kind of impact because you're just never going to be mentioned in like 15 years when Red Dead 1 kicks off. So it just has that going for it, where it's like, oh, look, all these people who were also here, and not just those people who you met in the first game. You know, typical prequel stuff.
I mean, I'm playing a prequel right now, so...
At least then they but they cheated with Yakuza 0, though. Because they then made re-release or remakes of 1 and 2 that directly reference all the stuff that happens in 0.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right.
So, yeah, they did do that, but they also cheated, those fucks.
Yes, the issue with prequels is it's either stuff that like is never mentioned, so it's probably not going to be major, or it's like all the stuff that's been mentioned in previous things, which means that, you know, the story is going to be predictable.
Or they're just super lazy about it, aka the start of the prequel trilogy method, where you just kind of steal all of your primary story beats and repeat them.
You know what though? You know what though? Which series of Star Wars do we quote the most? Prequels, so obviously they're the best ones.
I mean, certainly the prequels have given us more than the new trilogy ever gave us.
Hello there.
At least I
just don't understand that one. Like, why is that the one that goes? Everything else makes sense, you know. Palpatine and his unlimited power, or his fucking sheath spin, or
it's over, Anakin.
Yeah, I
have the high ground.
All the stupid shit that all makes sense, but then just everyone jumping down saying hello there—that's a meme. I fucking hate Reddit sometimes.
Somehow.
And for
I won't lie. Like sometimes I'm gonna play like a game like Worms or something, and like if the enemy is down below and I'm about to kill them, I just find myself going, "It's over, Anakin!"
You should just install one of the playing Worms. You should just install one of the custom sound packs.
The geography
Well, yeah, I don't play
compares your superior.
I mean, yeah, that is possible because as long as you don't play like WMD, which is one of the worst ones, you can do custom voice packs.
Some of them are great. Most of them are garbage.
What, the voice packs?
Yeah. Well, the problem is a lot of the voice packs come into the problem of they attribute like specific sound clips to jumping, which is fine for the base one where it's just like a little hop. But when it's like playing shit like poor version, like you know, very bitty version of the X-Files theme because haha, you picked the Meme Lord voice pack.
I mean, I made a Robotnik one, and every time it jumps, it goes, Pingus!
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, is a lot of the voice packs just have poor optimization of their sounds, which leads to generally annoyance.
Yeah, which when I find one I don't like, I just go, well, I'm not uninstalling you and not using you. But like a lot of them honestly don't have that issue, at least the ones that I've gotten. The one that I was a little disappointed in, there's this one for Ed, Edd and Eddy. Not the one with the sound effects, but there was one with the voices, and the voices are just really, really low quality, to where like it's bad enough to where I'm like, man, I feel like I need to create this voice pack because Jesus Christ, this is awful.
It should just be Rolf.
I would love to make one of just Rolf.
I'm pretty sure he's got a whole bunch of memorable enough quotes.
Almost all the characters have enough fucking lines to use as a worm pack, except for Naz. Naz doesn't really have anything.
I mean,
like, what the fuck are you gonna do with Naz?
I don't fucking know. I barely remember Ed, Edd and Eddy. It's been years, man. I just know one guy, one of my friends likes to quote Rolf a lot.
Rolf is really fun to quote.
And then Nanny, they went on to do the initial dub of Gundam Seed.
And boys!
Yes, well.
That's where most of the jokes is from, is because the Gundam Seed 2 leads are voiced by Ed and Double D. So you get like art of like Ed in the Kira Yamato pilot suit.
It does something.
That's not fair. That's not fair. Ed is way smarter than Kira.
Does he have perfect genes, though?
Yes, does he?
Have you seen him lift up an entire fucking cul-de-sac?
That's true.
But,
Time for a death battle!
no, don't even start. They'll make it. Or there'll be some other stupid clickbaity YouTube bollocks. Oh, welcome to Game Theory, blah, blah, blah. Is Spider-Man a criminal?
Welcome to Death Battle Game Theory!
And it's just like, yeah, no shit, he's a fucking criminal. He's a goddamn vigilante, you useless cunt.
Is Teddy the protagonist's shadow?
I fucking hate Game Theory.
That was one of them, though.
I honestly hate game. Of all the clickbaity bullshit, I'd much rather click on any number of top 10 lists with stolen content. Watch Mojo. Then I would on.
Just wait. Matt Pat will make a top 10 game series.
Like, I'm shocked that he hasn't.
He might have. I have no idea.
It's just, I hate it. I hate it because it's basically like tabloid newspapers, right?
Yeah.
Big shocking headline that's complete bollocks. And then, like, at-length discussion that just basically admits, yeah, this is what we said is absolute nonsense, but it was good enough to get you to buy the newspaper.
Except the funny part is when you like, hey, that doesn't make any sense. He gets like really pissy with people.
Still just irritating.
That doesn't make sense. What? How dare you?
Basically.
How dare you doubt my genius?
Matt Pat's Twitter in a nutshell.
Fuck you! I'm a genius! Games!
Oh, isn't that Saber's
That's
Saber's favorite meme, that I am a genius, oh no.
I'm a genius. Oh no, yes.
I love that. I love that. I've used it a couple times where it's like, this is me when I play a strategy game. I'm a genius! Oh no! I shouldn't have put that there!
Man,
Everything exploded!
That guy was the best character from G-Reco.
I thought G-Reco was awful.
Yeah, but it had a... Well, to be fair, I mean, it was awful until Iron Blooded Orphans came out.
And then Iron Blooded Orphans made it look better.
And then Iron Blooded Orphans is like second season disaster made it look better, because they're like, I mean, they might have rushed it a lot, but at least it didn't completely shit itself.
Thanks, Iron Blooded Orphans.
Yes.
I haven't seen either of these, so I can't say dick.
It's too bad, because Iron Blooded Orphans season 1 really got people like happy again.
Gundam might be good again.
Gundam might be good again. Nope, never mind.
Make Gundam great again.
Get out.
I mean, it gave us some good designs.
I'm revoking your press credentials.
He actually did that.
What?
He did.
Oh, right, yeah, I did hear about that. I mean, I just take that as a badge of honor. Not a press badge of honor, though, obviously.
I am your fake news. What, aren't you lying? You're fake news. That's fake news. I'm a giant orange orangutan.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I hate the press in general, but I never call for blatant censorship like that. Just destruction.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, can free to say what they want.
That same conference, he pretty much pointed out that he's not about censoring the press. Except apparently he is.
Literally,
I'm not about censoring the press. Now let me censor the press.
That's literally what he does. He says one thing and then he does another. Doesn't he do a fucking interview where someone someone asked about if he was humble or something, and his response was like, "What would be my response?" Which is that I'm the most humble person in the world. People just don't.
No, I'm about a zillion times as humble as thou art.
Yes. It's
I
like,
understood that reference.
yes,
You're
quality
welcome.
reference.
Weird Al.
It's one of like Weird Al songs I like.
I would say I miss Weird Al, but he still does like singles.
I'm gonna say he never went anywhere.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah, he just doesn't do albums. He just does singles now.
It's like whenever you see those big pictures on like image boards where they'll say like, "Let's all take this moment to remember such and such famous actor." They're not dead, but just let's remember them.
Let's take this moment to remember John Tron. On second thought, let's not.
Oh, is he dead?
I don't think so.
No, he's still
But
around.
his YouTube is.
He just, yeah, well, I think he's just given up on YouTube like a lot of people.
Adpocalypse.
I mean, he hasn't uploaded in like about a year.
But but the
we know
difference
this
is, unlike
already.
most people who give up on YouTube, he doesn't have like Twitch to fall back on.
Well, I mean, that would require work, because then he had to hook up a thing and hit the stream button. That's a lot of work for John Tron to do.
Until Twitch as a platform shits the bed, in which case we're all fucked, and then we're all fucked.
But that's a lot of work to ask John Tron to do, like hitting the record button. Like, it actually physically hurts him. Like, he hits the record button, it's like, ah! And then he starts saying racist stuff.
The corporations are enclosing on the new media. Soon enough, all content creators will be pushed out in favor of corporate mandated
Fake
crap.
news.
Yeah,
You're not. I mean, you ain't wrong.
it's literally what's happening, or has been happening for the last like 5 years of YouTube.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Until someone comes
YouTube's
up
no
with-
longer like that.
with
It's funny, like when you find like older YouTube videos and you see like the shit that like that people would do, and it's like, wow, this was really like the Wild West of like YouTube back in the day. People just do whatever the fuck they wanted. I miss those days.
Yes. Clearly, we have to come up with another Wild West.
Some of those
thing to
days.
post on,
Pornhub.
other than Pornhub.
Disney, of course.
Haha! I'll buy you all. You know, I actually had somebody recently tell me to stop doing that because I do it a little too accurately, according to them.
Oh, my thing's getting out a bit.
Oh, Train Man's internet's dying.
Oh no! Not the train.
But oh, there he goes.
Now back. I just
Welcome back.
I just disconnected and reconnected to fix it. I was just saying I saw Incredibles 2 the other day. Finally, I liked it for the most part. But there is once again another moment where they like take a pot shot at big business and corporations and like the privatization of superheroes. It's like, this is fucking Disney making this point. Why do they keep doing this?
Disney/Pixar, yeah.
Why does this evil giant super corporation keep on saying, yeah, fuck the rich? Like, they keep
Yeah, fuck
devoting-
the rich. Now give me your money and buy our shit.
devoting time to shit. They keep devoting time in their multi-million-dollar movies in order to get people.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you because people keep buying their stuff.
But it's still like,
It gets people to buy their shit.
I mean, I really don't think
People are-
the extent.
Like people were super happy when Disney bought Fox.
I mean, I know they were, but I don't think any like sequence in the film where they go, "Yeah, down with the corporations," has ever been what made people go, "Oh, Disney aren't just a super evil, like all-powerful corporation that is slowly but surely monopolizing the entertainment industry."
no, but it gets butts in the seats.
But it doesn't. It's this weird thing they keep doing for no
I mean, if
discernible
they did the
reason.
opposite, people would just be pissed. So doing this just makes people go like, "Oh, that is relatable. I agree," and they just kind of go along with it. It's like, what's the word? It's just like a little bit like, I guess you could say dressing or something. I don't know. It's just something that they do for the audience because
We're
they'll
not evil and
eat it up.
soulless. We know what we're doing because we're self-referential. We'll never abuse our power. You can trust us.
How dare that? Yeah, take that, those giant rich corporations brought to you by the giantest, richest corporation of all.
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right, but people are dumb.
I don't mind the fact they produce all these content. I just wish they'd be less hypocritical about it. Like, yeah, except that you're an
Yeah, but-
evil, soulless machine and everyone should hate you for it.
Yeah, but that just gets you more negative press, which is why they don't do it.
I'm not saying they should actively go out and start burning kittens publicly.
Like look at EA, because that's literally just EA.
I mean, no, EA's problem is.
In fact, I think that's the only reason. That's like probably one of the few reasons why Bethesda doesn't really have bad press, considering all the terrible shit they do.
Why?
Well, that they don't like act like an evil corporation, quote quote.
I think they do. I think.
No, they do. They are, but they put on an act enough to where people don't pay attention and don't care.
I've repeatedly accused Todd Howard of being a war criminal.
Yeah, but we're not like the majority though. That's the thing, Trey.
Well, I should.
You have to remember that.
We should be.
Well, you're not.
No,
Unfortunately.
I should be. Fuck you.
He needs to get a thing like Gun and Sword, which forces his subconscious onto the entire world.
That would be pretty fun, though.
And then everybody will think like Train.
Yes.
Hopefully you're not a crazy lunatic with a claw hand.
You know what? I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna skip Mr. Moneybags here. I don't care. Blah blah blah. We're gonna show you how to throw money at people. This is a fucking waste of time. I am actually getting annoyed at this
Throw
shit.
money.
But But if it's money bags, then he's just gonna charge you. He's gonna try and bribe you with all those hard-earned gems that you just picked up off the ground.
This is the Yakuza Moneybags.
Oh. It's not quite as fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Not nearly as funny.
It's okay. I'm sure Spyro Reignited will be a thing.
I don't really plan on getting it since it's not all on the disc. I'm like, eh.
I probably won't, but only because it's like 4 weeks till Smash comes out, and I'm just gonna wait for that.
Whenever I can get a Switch, I'm getting Smash. Though I think I might buy the game early and then register it so that way I get the Piranha Plant that everybody's mad about.
No, I think you're gonna tell me that you just wouldn't let you. I like how you say it as if it was like big shocking news, though, that you get a Switch to get Smash. Like, yeah, as if most people had to do that. Like everyone, you like.
Well, I mean, there's other. No. That's like the first game I'm gonna get with the Switch. I mean,
people like.
There are a lot of games I want for that system.
I got mine on the basis that eventually they'll release Smash Bros on this.
Eventually.
But
lo and behold.
But yeah, Smash is looking good, and I love the Piranha Plant.
Our Lord and Savior Sakurai, who looked at Infinity War and said, "Well, Thanos just made one mistake. He stopped at half."
However, he couldn't bring himself to kill Kirby.
I mean,
my favorite. I liked how it became a meme of people just getting blown up by the fucking beams, because I just think that's funnier than the turning to dust. Because it's just a more violent explosion. Yeah. Like there was one with like Cranky Kong from the shitty DK cartoon, where he's just like walking and he's like, and the joke's on them because I wrote the book, and he gets exploded.
I want to see.
There was one with Squidward.
I want to see an edit of Infinity War where Thanos is about to snap his fingers and they all get obliterated by Sakurai.
He's about to snap his fingers and he gets obliterated by Sakurai.
Yeah.
No.
Him too.
There are no survivors.
But Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
I think my favorite part of that fucking cutscene was just the cut to Snake in his little box.
A friend of mine did an edit of like Snake's thing about his destiny to be in the block. That little tidbit he does in MGS3.
Oh yeah.
But then just immediately cuts to.
I'll link it later, but there's this fan art somebody made of Snake. Actually, wait, I can probably get it from YouTube. Well, not YouTube, Twitter. Oh, wait, they're actually letting me control the game now. Fuck. I can't do it now.
That's right.
But there was
you actually have
picture.
to play.
No, there was a cutscene going on forever, and I was like, ah, sweet, I can just grab it while this is going on. Then the cutscene decided, oh yeah, gameplay. We're a video game. But there's this one where it's just like Snake like peering out of the box, and it just says like, when all your allies with superhuman powers and godly abilities start dying, and it's just Snake like peering out of the box, just going, "Guess I'll die." Kind of accurate. I mean, what's he gonna do? In fact, he's probably like, "What am I even doing here?"
I mean, what half the cart's gonna do?
We'll call Otacon.
You can't call him Otacon. Can't call him Otacon anymore.
All right.
This is trademarked.
Ow.
We have to call him Hal.
Hal Jordan.
No.
Wait, no.
No, please, no. We want to save the world, not genocide it.
Shit, that was the problem. He actually called the wrong Hal.
Oops.
Fucking Hal Jordan. You slimy sack of shit.
I don't care about the side quest. I know this one, though.
Man. And it's okay, because we're never going to get another Green Lantern movie to try and fix him.
No.
It's okay, because DC can't make good live-action movies. Wonder Woman was an accident.
Probably.
That's the only explanation for that movie being any good. It was an accident.
Yeah, but it wasn't a great character piece like Suicide Squad.
Don't you fucking...
Remember, Dad, Suicide Squad has more Oscars than The Shawshank Redemption. That's the world we live in.
I'm not mad.
Yeah, you are.
I think I can answer Wonder Woman for you, and the answer is they really just didn't care. They're just like, whatever, just give her movies so we can put her in Justice League. And they were like, okay. And they actually did good, because they didn't have Warner Brothers and DC breathing down our necks, being like, do this, do this.
Make it edgy.
Probably-
Make it edgy.
Rip off the Marvel for doing this. No, we
Probably
need...
also helped. Probably also helped that they didn't have to reshoot half the film again, or digitally edit out a mustache for millions of dollars.
That's funny.
Or have Zack Snyder and Josh Whedon be the directors.
Or and then you said not to rip off Marvel. I mean, they still did.
Yeah.
And literally, the film ends with a Captain Steve from the U.S. Army flying in a super plane that's going to go and bombard the fuck out of the Allies, and then it explodes, and he sacrifices. Yeah.
Too bad.
So sad. Oh well.
Rest in piss.
Maybe when we get Star Trek 4.
So, never.
Yeah, never.
Oh, this is the Wonderland scene. I remember. I have to throw money around in order to get in.
Yeah, well, that's...
It's okay. They're threatening to have Megan Fox in Star Trek now.
Yeah, so what was the difference with Star Trek 4? Like, they asked them... Like, too many guys asked for more money because they're more famous now, and they didn't want to increase the salary, so no.
That, and I think this... Well, I don't know. I mean, I think it's just that Star Trek 3 didn't do as well as 1 and 2 because 2 was garbage, and then, Paramount's like, well, shit, make another Star Trek prequel because the first one went so well.
This time with Megan Fox.
Yeah. Because, I've said before that give Star Trek its due, it knows where it always falls back on tits and arse.
I like how you're saying that as I'm in the Paradise thing, and it's the fucking wrestling thing with the two chicks.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, the timing is just perfect.
Yep. It's like, the ratings are down, quick, add a new female character in a skin-tight catsuit.
Tighter!
Tighter!
Yep.
And that's all. Thanks, Voyager. You're welcome. So shit you were so shit and boring anyway, and then you just had to really class it up.
How do we get people to watch? Put in more tits.
Apparently it worked.
It did. It was a ratings boost. It didn't change the quality of the show, though, did it?
No, but the show went on for another, 6 years.
Well, no, 7 was introduced in, season 3 or 4.
Yeah. How many seasons did it go for?
Did those 7.
Oh.
Remember
I was just gonna say too many to be a smart ass.
TNG, DS9, and Voyager all ran for 7 seasons, and then Enterprise was the one that got cancelled early.
Yeah, because nobody liked it.
Everyone gave up on Enterprise.
Yeah, so did I.
It's fair.
It was because it was shit. I mean, Voyager was also shit, but Voyager was riding off the coattails of 2 successful shows.
Well, Enterprise tried to do things differently, and it didn't quite work, but, at least they tried to do things differently.
Voyager was the exact opposite. They did nothing different at all.
No, they just...
Did you see The Next Generation? Because it's exactly the same, only crap, only worse.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let's see what random plot problem of the week.
It gave us a captain who was a psychopathic, schizophrenic lunatic.
I mean, that was also kind of like
Remember
what
when they ran
happened
into
in
the
like the
metal
original.
thing that duplicated the ship?
Vaguely.
And then like the very next season there was an episode where the ship was slowly falling apart and everyone was dying, and then it turned out that was the duplicate of the ship.
Yes. Well played, Voyager.
I mean, pretty much all of the Star Treks were just kind of like, yeah, what do we feel like doing today?
That in of itself is fine if the quality of the writing is at least serviceable, but Voyager's problem was it wasn't.
Oh no, this is just gonna be an interlude to make fun of the original series.
But even like it's funny. The original series actually has one thing going for it that no other fucking series ever actually has.
What?
So that the characters actually have like, disagreements and like they conflict against each other more.
Oh,
Yeah, you say that, and then they just do whatever Kirk says, and Kirk gets like half the crew killed, and some reason they don't mutiny.
Actually, not what happens most of the time. There's a lot more talking and a lot less dying. You'd be surprised.
All right, fuck. Let's just beam them down. Oh, they're dead.
There's just a couple
I
episodes
told you it was a bad
where,
idea.
They lose like 5 or 6 red shirts that like people remember.
Yeah.
More of like the one with the one with the supercomputer that like people worship, where like he goes down with like 8 people and like everyone but him and Spock die.
Like, that's a pretty bad
episode.
But like the vast majority of
Actually,
episodes, pretty like safe on the red shirt counts.
I do enjoy I do enjoy referencing that one fucking that one fight scene from the original series. Everyone knows the one.
Gorn. Everyone remembers that one.
But I like I was playing Sam and Max with like Medi, and like there's like a final fight in the game where like Max, Sam is like trying to like weirdly fight this gorilla who's got a big axe with like this weird brain screw thing, and they're playing like music that is suspiciously similar to that one. The da 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 da. And it was just, I was fucking dying when I heard that.
I mean, it's a pretty infamous fight scene. It's almost as infamous as as in TNG when Worf gets his spine crushed by the barrel that's clearly empty in styrofoam.
Yeah. Worf, you became a trope because you always get your ass kicked.
Yeah, but you know what though? You also became the most like well-paid actor in Star Trek history.
Oh yeah, because he went on.
Because he was on all of TNG's movies, good like half of Deep Space Nine. So he gets like royalties out the wazoo, especially compared to all the other cast.
He's like I get like 3 times as much royalties as everyone else.
So
maybe that's why they beat him up.
So fair play to the guy. He got. And like because they kept on making him more and more like in focus, he had even more work to do than most of the other cast. It's like he reached the point where he's like the 3rd most used cast member in TNG, behind Picard and Data, obviously.
And that's why they kept shooting him.
Yeah, they shot him because they had to do something. Because that's how Star Trek always goes. This thing's a big clear threat. Let's talk about it.
Alright, this thing's a big threat. How do we do it? Alright, hit the big guy again. We hit him last time. Hit him again!
I mean, you can't have all of your villains be Q.
True. But, anyway, I think this is a good spot to stop. Hope you enjoyed it, and we didn't go over an hour this time. We did it!
What a twist.
We'll try harder for next time.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 hours.
No, I will never allow that. Have a good day.